Rights in the Indian Constitution 1. Some rights are fundamental to our life. They have been incorporated in our Constitution as the fundamental rights. The Indian Constitution has made provision for 6 fundamental rights. Right to equality. It grants equality to all the citizens, regardless of one's caste, community, gender, social status, faith or religion. The rule of law is the same for all, right from the Prime Minister to a poor farmer. The Government of India has provided reservations for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and other backward classes. Various government schemes give preference to women, poor or physically handicapped in some kinds of job. These reservations are not against the spirit of equality. Equality means to give equal opportunity to all to be able to achieve whatever they can within their capacity. Similarly, to put an end to the practice of untouchability, the Constitution has made it a punishable offence. Right to freedom. The right to freedom grants us the freedom of speech and expression. Citizens can freely express their views and opinions even if they are against the government. But it does not allow you to instigate violence or rebel against the government. It grants freedom to form associations, hold meetings, carry out processions, rallies and demonstrations on any issue, but these activities should not disrupt peace. It also grants freedom to move to any part of the country, reside in any part of the country, and follow a profession or vocation of choice. Rights in the Indian Constitution 2. Right against exploitation. Through this fundamental right, the Constitution prohibits human trafficking. Human trafficking means selling and buying human beings to use as slaves or for other immoral purposes. The practice of bonded labor exploits a person by making him work either free of charge or for a paltry sum of his life. This is called beggar. The Constitution prohibits this practice by way of the right against exploitation. Lastly, the Constitution prohibits child labor. Any child below the age of 14 cannot be employed in a factory, mines, railways, ports, or any other hazardous industry like firecrackers and matches, printing and dyeing. Right to freedom of religion. India is a secular state. A secular state is one that does not recognize any one religion as official religion. Our Constitution gives freedom to each person to follow a religion of choice. But this freedom does not allow you to force another person to convert to or follow your religion. The Constitution also prohibits animal or human sacrifice in the name of religion. The government does not give any religion-based instructions to government-run educational institutes. Similarly, the private educational institutions too cannot impose any religion-based activity in the organization. Rights in the Indian Constitution 3. Cultural and educational rights. The culture, language and religion of the minority should not get overshadowed by the majority. The minority group needs to preserve its roots and conserve its language and culture. That is why the Constitution specifies the cultural and educational rights of the minorities. They do have the right to establish their own educational institutions. No government-aided educational institution can deny admission on the basis of culture, religion, or language. Right to constitutional remedies. This is one right that makes all other rights effective. In case the fundamental rights of a citizen are violated by fellow citizens, private bodies, or by the government, he can always approach the High Court of his state or the Supreme Court directly to seek remedy. The courts can punish the violator and award compensation to the victim. If a person is appealing against the violation of a fundamental right, and if it is of social or public interest, it is called public interest litigation or PIL. The court can take up the matter if it finds the PIL to be of public interest. Dr. Ambedkar called the right to constitutional remedies the heart and soul of the Constitution.